2018 Mercedes-Benz GLA250 4MATIC. Mercedes-Benz may not be known for building small, front-wheel drive-based hatchbacks, but in Europe it sells several of them. Across the pond, the luxury brand's compact range includes the A-Class hatchback, the B-Class Mini MPV, available in the States as NEV, the CLA-Class shooting brake wagon, and the GLA-Class crossover. The four look so similar that it's hard to tell them apart. The GLA crossover we get in the US, for instance, is only 2.4 inches taller than the A-Class hatchback, and we've consistently compared it with a hotted-up hatch in look and feel since it arrived on our shores in 2014. Toughened up? Perhaps the GLA doesn't say SUV loudly enough for consumers to hear. Bucking the industry trend, the GLA crossover was outsold by its CLA sedan sibling in 2016, albeit by only a few hundred units. So it makes sense that when Mercedes updated the GLA for 2018, it put a priority on making it look more SUV rugged. A new front-end sports a reshaped bumper and a restyled grille that looks more like those found on Benz's larger SUVs, the GLE and the GLS. Dimpled black plastic body cladding, added along the side sills, suggests off-roadability, while the tail features a mildly reshaped bumper and restyled taillights. In our test vehicle's attractive combination of the new Canyon beige paint with 19-inch black wheels, the freshened GLA does at least have more road presence, although the jury is still out on whether it looks like a real crossover. More fun than you'd think. The GLA250's performance, though, remains firmly in the compact hatchback camp, a good thing for drivers. Mercedes-Benz doesn't note any engine or transmission tweaks, yet this 2018 example out-accelerated its 2016 counterpart, recording a 5.8-second sprint to 60 miles per hour versus 6.1 seconds previously. That's significantly quicker than any of its direct competitors, and hot on the heels of the Volkswagen Golf GTI with an automatic. The wild, 375 horsepower AMG GLA45 also is available for more ardent speed freaks. The GLA250 is not particularly sprightly in everyday driving, however, and the 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission is to blame. In its default comfort mode, sluggish shifts accentuate the engine's turbo lag. Sport mode helps keep the 2.0-liter on boil and sharpens throttle response considerably. Firm suspension tuning and direct steering make the little Benz genuinely fun to drive, albeit at the cost of a harsh ride, and the powerful brakes stop the GLA from 70 miles per hour in a short 160 feet. 13 feet better than the 2016 example. Questionable value. We wish Mercedes-Benz had implemented more changes to the interior, which mostly carries over save for a 1.0-inch larger infotainment screen and some additional chrome trim. It feels well built, but the dur-black plastics and overall design simply don't measure up to the standard set by Benz's superb cabins found in everything from the C-Class on up. Since the GLA's dimensions haven't changed, this refresh can help the cramped rear seat and cargo area, which limit the practical appeal of this so-called utility vehicle. It doesn't come cheap, either. Although a starting price in the mid-$30,000 range is enticingly low for anything wearing a three-pointed star, sparse standard equipment means that you need to pay up to get expected features such as heated seats, leather upholstery, navigation, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto functionality. Our test car was loaded with a premium, $1,800, convenience, $400, multimedia, $2,300, sport, $2,400, night, $300, interior, $1,700, and driver assistance, $1,500, packages, as well as a couple of standalone options. There's not one among those that we'd easily jettison, beyond perhaps sacrificing the aesthetic charms of the sport and night packages. Stickering for a cool $50,100, a GLA equipped like this one has completely eclipsed any sort of hot hatch comparison and treads deep into the territory of the much more nicely appointed and elegant GLC class crossover. Even if the updated GLA looks more rugged than before, it has not been elevated to that level.
2016 BMW X1 Xdrive28i. We warned you this was coming. After a half-century spent in the righteous pursuit of driving excellence, rear-wheel drive, spunky 4- and 6-cylinder engines, near 50 hours 50 minutes weight distributions, BMW clicked its corporate turn signal to veer off in a dastardly direction. The kidney-grilled, Hofmeister King X1 Xdrive28i featured here is the first of a troupe of front-drive-based BMWs destined for the land of the brave. Why is this happening? Because US buyers want crossovers, boxy vehicles made out of car parts, and the more the better. In 2015, more than 4 million were sold, and they're expected to top the combined sales of compact and midsize sedans this year. Responding, BMW swallowed its sporting pride to feed America's ravenous crossover appetite. The previous X1 was a wagon in drag, its replacement is tall enough not to be confused with a car. By moving to a front-drive platform, see sidebar below, BMW achieved some notable gains while stomaching inevitable sacrifices. And yet, this X1 still drives like a car while serving as a truck. BMW has wisely configured it to go toe-to-toe in the thriving premium compact crossover category with arch rivals Audi Q3, Lexus NX, and Mercedes-Benz GLA. Thanks to a front seat height raised by 1.2 inches, you slide straight into the saddle with no up or down movement. The X1's interior is beautifully furnished in 2 shades of French-stitched leather, lovely dark oak paneling, optional, matte chrome, and piano black accents. An intelligent mix of knobs and buttons takes the hassle out of adjusting the climate control, making a call, or navigating your way to a restaurant. The 6.5-inch dashtop display screen provides a clear look at both the X1's soul and the world at large. An 8.8-inch screen is optional. A huge, double-panel sunroof, part of the $3,250 premium package, or $1,350 on its own, brightens the interior mood. While the front seats are impressively bolstered and upholstered, they're a bit too narrow. Mostly, though, it's the rear compartment that surprises and delights. Passengers ride higher than before, with a better view of their surroundings thanks to the X1's sensible beltline. The more compact powertrain layout also yields 1.5 inches more rear legroom in standard trim, or an additional 2.6 inches with the $300 slide and recline seating option. Behind the seats there's a 27 cubic foot cargo hold, up 2 cubic feet, plus a bonus 4 cubic feet of stash space under the floor panel. Load height is a handy 28 inches. The power-operated hatch can be opened by swinging a foot under the rear bumper. BMW offers no hitch option, though all X1s are at least wired to accommodate trailers. The best news about the X1's driving dynamics, there's little hint that the front wheels do most of the work. The steering is quick and keen to respond, though loath to provide any real feedback from the road. The standard M Sport suspension's ride motions are taut, even in the softest of the 3 driving dynamic settings, and you feel bumps you can't even see. Those you do see hurt more. A simple suspension system, struts in front, trailing arms located by upper and lower lateral links in back, 4 coil springs, saves weight, cost, and space. The bottom line is a more efficient shipping container. Versus the outgoing X1 hatch, the new crossover is 1.7 inches taller, 0.9 inch wider, 1.1 inches shorter, and 88 pounds lighter. The wheelbase was shortened 3.6 inches to a tidy 105.1 inches. Functional gains include a more useful back seat and 2 additional cubic feet of cargo space.